Hey everybody, welcome to the Two Board Gamers podcast. I'm Ricky.
I'm Steve.
This is our second part, of the show, where we're going to talk about all the consoles and everything, all the news and all that. Now, what I wanted to start off with is Banjo Kazooie, because during WonderCon, or at least a rumor coming from WonderCon recently, saying that Microsoft and Disney may partner up and make an animated Banjo Kazooie film. It's a rumor. Don't know whether it's true or not, but we usually don't discuss too many rumors on this show. But I mean, that one's a pretty good damn rumor to kind of think of.
It's funny because for a while, like solid maybe 10, 15 years, Banjo Kazooie was off the face of the earth.
Yep.
And then it had a little tiny spike with nuts and bolts, but you could have made that game without Banjo Kazooie. That was just building cars, and they're like, hey, let's throw these guys on there.
Yeah.
Awful. Whatever. But all of a sudden, Banjo Kazooie's like, hey, let's throw everything about it with Banjo Kazooie.
It's a hot commodity now.
Yeah, well, because people realized that Banjo Kazooie was awesome.
It was, and it is.
And they're like, and so now Rare's like, hey, let's try to reboot this.
It's hopefully big.
Hopefully they don't screw it up.
I don't know. It's still rumors. So I don't know if it's actually going to be true, if they're going to get the actual movie going.
Well, I also don't really know how much of a Banjo-Kazooie movie you're going to make. Are you going to make it based on the video games?
But you could. I mean, it's almost like fairy tale-like. You got, especially if you base it off the first one, which he has to save his sister. You got to save him from the witch, throw some jokes in there, and maybe somehow include the game board at the end, that type of thing.
I don't know. It's just video game movie. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing, too, a video game movie. Very few of them are very good. The rest of them are just kind of low. They all kind of suck.
If they could do it right, then by all means, just don't mess it up.
Well, you know what, though? Computer animated seems to work out. You know what I mean? Like, live, when they go live action, you get kind of iffy.
Yeah.
I
know Wreck-It Ralph wasn't based on like an actual game.
But it was based on video games.
It was based on video games, which actually I liked Wreck-It Ralph. I thought it was a cute movie. I thought it was pretty cool. But, and they had cameos. Sonic and Bowser and, what the hell is his name? The dude from Street Fighter.
Bison.
Ryu?
Oh, no.
Not Bison. Zangief.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
the Geef is there.
Pac-Man characters were in it. So it was cool. They didn't have major roles, but they were all right.
They were there.
Yeah. So, to have it as a main character, there's gonna be fans who are like, but it wasn't like the video game. So.
Well, you can't really always expect. I mean, look at, again, I always bring this example up, the Mario Brothers movie just was not even remotely close to anything of the game at all, even though they've been trying to rumor and try to get a movie going on for that. But
I'm surprised they haven't had like an animated Mario movie.
I mean, in Japan, kind of, they've had the animated one.
I'm talking about America.
America. Well, we had the Super Mario Brothers Super Show and the animated cartoon series, but as far as a movie, I mean, at this point, you have a lot of material where you could make a movie. How could it translate? Because also, too, Mario can't really talk. He doesn't really supposed to talk, but even though he talks now, it's like weird. But at this point, I don't know. I don't know if you could pull off a Mario movie and still make it successful, and then pull it off in such a way where it kind of, shouts out the game a lot.
You very well could. And Bowser kidnaps Peach. Mario then spends an hour and a half, which is like, in the movie time, like a week, like an hour and a half of your time with Luigi and Yoshi trying to save Peach, and you meet various characters along the way. I think that'd be awesome.
That would be. But I don't know. I don't know if Nintendo would actually give that up, because I think, again, going back to the original Mario Bros. But look at the other games, too. Look at Mortal Kombat. I mean, that was one of the more decent of that
was live action. I'm talking about like animated series.
There wasn't. Think about that. There wasn't even a lot of animated feature films based on games. Not even a lot of them.
No, I know.
Even Uncharted, the Uncharted movie that they want to make, live action. The Assassin's Creed movie, live action again. And it's like, why did it either stick with the game or just make it computer animated?
Well, that's just it. Let's go back to Banjo for a minute.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have a walking, talking bear with a duck on its back.
Bird.
Well, it's a duck, a bird, whatever, a crane. It's actually a crane if you want to be actually specific about it. So you want to one-up me, I'll one-up you back.
Yes, what?
You want to one-up me, I'll one-up you back. So, you're not going to have a bear with a crane on its back. This would be like a 3D graphic movie.
Yeah.
Which I think you very well make one of those for Mario. And I think it'd be awesome.
You could.
But
That would be
This
fun.
is just a rumor anyway. We're getting so angry at each other for a rumor.
Yeah, but video game movies always start somebody because you think about how awful a lot of those movies are, Resident Evil, and it does
Resident Evil wasn't even like based on it.
It wasn't even like close.
It was like they might as well have just called it like Zombie Apocalypse or something. Like it was just like, all right, whatever.
Actually, now that I think about it, an animated game movie, Final Fantasy VII. Not the Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. That was just a whole other thing. But when you actually saw Advent Children, that was actually a pretty decent movie.
Yeah, I'm up for video game movies as long as they're done right.
Yes, exactly.
And as long as they're not live action.
Well, we're working with DreamWorks. That seems to be a good. Well, it's actually Disney. Actually, funny, they're kind of in good hands, especially with Disney created Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
Even if it was DreamWorks, that could work too.
DreamWorks would make it more funny.
Yeah.
But like Disney would make it like cute.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still think that like the Banjo should be done by DreamWorks, not Disney.
Yeah, it's true.
If it's even happening. If it's even happening.
But now what is happening is the Call of Duty Blops. Blops 3 is coming out. Black Ops 3.
Yay.
It's rumored, and then it was like, okay, we have a teaser trailer. It's coming out really soon, actually. So actually the trailer. Who knows when the game's gonna come out anyway?
I don't know. I'm so done with the same game over and over.
Well, Black Ops 2 is actually preferred more than Ghost. So you think about that one.
Yeah. But it's just, to me, Call of Duty is one and the same.
Yeah, it really is at this point. I mean, the newest one actually was a lot different.
Advanced Warfare, but no one really likes that game.
No, nice. But it's actually selling a lot. So people are going to buy it no matter what. It's Call of Duty. You got to buy it now.
I'm so done with Call of Duty.
Mighty Number 9, looking still pretty good, releasing more videos. It's supposed to still come out at some point this year, but they haven't released a date. Hopefully, still happening. I mean, it was fun.
We got plenty of time left in this year. We're only in April.
Yeah, I know. But you never know. I mean, hey, look what happened to Zelda. You're supposed to get that this year. I mean, different level of gaming, but still.
He's also been working on Mighty Number 9 for like 5 years.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, more like 2, maybe.
3. Let's go 3.
Yeah, I'll go with 3. Now here's another game, Deus Ex. It's going to be the newest Deus Ex. What the hell is it called? Mankind Divided. But guess what console is not going to come on?
The Wii U.
Oh my God! What do you know?
Wow.
Yeah, it's
another title being pulled from Wii U.
Yep. Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC are going to get that. The date has not been released, but we'll probably get a release date, most likely at E3. E3's coming up, man.
Yeah.
Another game that's been teased. Bandai Namco launched a teaser site. The countdown timer will end at April 13th, and that's when they're going to reveal what the hell it is. Who knows what the hell it is, but
Nope.
But whatever, we're on top of it, hopefully anyway, if it's exciting. Now, I do want to go for another rumor. Remember, like, there's been trouble. We haven't talked a lot about this on the show, but Crytek and Crytek's engine, there's been so much trouble like with it behind the scenes that like Crytek has been denying, but employees have been saying that this has been going bad and that's been going bad. We're not getting paid and whatnot. Apparently, there's a rumor going around that Amazon has actually put some money into it, and so to kind of keep it alive. Now, what is that? Like, it hasn't been confirmed, but they're saying that they had a big licensing deal with Amazon to save the company. Now, what Amazon may do, who knows? I don't know if Amazon's going to have exclusive Crytek like games on their the Fire or whatever the hell Fire things that they have. All
the tablet they've got going.
Not only the tablet, the streaming service that they have too. With the thing with the USB. What the hell is that called? The Fire thing. I don't know what the hell it's called. I don't have it. I don't care about.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, or even just gaming from Amazon. Because remember that DVR thing that Amazon has, it comes with a controller. So obviously they may do something with that, but who knows? Right now it's just they may have put money into this company and saved it.
Okay.
So something to look forward to. Good guy, Amazon. One interesting thing I wanted to bring up too about MOBAs. They have they have earned every MOBA so far is gonna earn $501 million.
Crazy.
In the U.S. only, and that's according to the DAR, and that's actually more than the $499 million expected from MMORPGs and the $237 million expected from shooters, first-person shooters. That's a lot of money.
It is. This is the ridiculous amount of money.
Why are MOBAs so damn popular?
Because people like it.
I mean, damn. I mean, I'm kind of like about them, but they just make so much money.
Well, the thing about MMOs is like you build upon one character until it's just completely like, broken as gear wise or ability wise. Whereas MOBA is like it resets every game.
For a MOBA, actually, I was looking at the microtransaction share. 36% of it went to avatar cosmetics, where 20% went to hero/champion unlocks, 13% to boosts, 10% went to non-avatar cosmetics, and then it keeps going there. Actually, 4% is esports related, so not even making a lot of money off of that. It's really just the game itself and getting the actual
People like
things.
skins.
Yes, they do.
I like skins.
Yeah. One other thing too, one interesting and last thing we want to talk about before we go all the games. A while back, a couple of years ago actually, right? Was it a couple of years ago that this happened? Man, time flies. Like 2013, where Don Mattrick left Microsoft, which was like big news to go with Zynga. Which was
this is when we were doing a show.
Yeah, we were doing the radio show. But then Zynga announced that Don Mattrick has actually
he left them too.
Yes. I mean, but then again, too, it was weird because Zynga's lost so much money in the same year that Nintendo lost so much money, but the CEO, Don Mattrick, actually got a raise, and Iwata had actually took a pay cut, and it shows a difference. I remember we talked about this, too. And so it always, like, boggles my mind about this, but now he's left.
Yeah, he's
gone.
I'm leaving this shit.
And now the person who used to be the CEO is back as CEO, and Don Mattrick actually wants to go to Canada and work in new ventures there.
Okay.
So good for him. It sucks. I mean, it's just weird. I mean, and plus soon they're gonna Zynga's gonna hold a conference call next month actually on their finances. I actually want to hear how that's going. 'Cause I don't know if they're still losing money or not.
Right, probably. I mean, I haven't heard anything big from them lately.
No, it's only just been what? Does anybody still play Words of Friends anymore?
No.
Like, I mean, I don't know.
You might have a couple. I mean, I feel like there's like 7 people that play.
I mean, all we ever hear about playing is like all the things from what the hell is that company that makes Candy Crush and all that?
King?
Like, yeah, like all I ever hear about are King things. That's all I ever hear about now.
I actually found a game that DNA makes that I enjoy playing.
Oh, which was?
Marvel Heroes.
Yes, they did make that.
That game is awesome.
Yeah. Hopefully they can work with Nintendo and make some good stuff. Speaking of Nintendo, look at you with the segues, man. Now I'm talking about DNA, though. We were talking about like everything Nintendo at this point. That's this section right now. And of course, I have to make a big fuss about things because I'd like to get my money's worth on a game. Splatoon has been said to have a file size of the game. The whole game has a file size of 1,812 megabits.
Yeah, it's a little over a gig.
That's a gig.
It's like a gig and a half.
What the hell is that? Am I spending $60 on a gig?
That's like a mini game.
Dude, why is this game $60? Like, I had to look it up. I was like, dude, I was thinking about pre-ordering it. I'm seeing this news about this file size, and I'm like, okay, it's $60? Excuse me? No. This game should not even be close to $60 at this point. And file size to me matters because it just shows how much content is in a game. Like,
well, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of online play as well.
Yeah, that's
online
true,
play
too.
doesn't, online play not
Nintendo and online play. Get out.
No, but like I'm trying to think of like
no.
But it doesn't require a huge file size to play online.
Yeah, but also there's a lot of
single player. Apparently the single player is gonna be short as hell.
Yeah, and there's also co-op local player as well. Yeah. And I mean, if this is supposed to be a multiplayer game, I mean, I understand, but it still shouldn't be $60. I mean, that's how I felt about Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8 was basically, think about the Wii U disc. The Wii U disc, it takes about 25 gigs. That's basically the size of a Blu-ray disc.
Yeah.
Now, you're putting a gig on that disc. That's a big waste of space. I'm just saying. Not only that, I was upset, even like you could check in old podcasts and whatnot, how Mario Kart 8 was the size of a DVD, basically. It was about 4 gigs, 4 point something gigs. And it's like, that could have fit in a regular DVD. I mean, they could have been a lot more, and I felt like, there was a big chunk of the game missing. The multiplayer battle, it was just awful. And I felt like they should have expanded on that. Even though we're going to Mario Kart 8 in a little bit, what they're adding now, but I felt like that there still was something missing. Like, it wasn't worth $60 for a 4 gig game.
Who knows? You might actually enjoy the multiplayer enough to make like, all right, maybe it was worth $60.
If I get like hours and hours of play, maybe, but I still feel like I'm gonna hold back on Splatoon for a little bit longer.
We'll see.
Yeah, even though I think my girl wants it, so I think I have to get it. I think I have to get it because of her.
Yeah, no, we're trashing a game that's not even out yet.
Yeah,
no, you're trashing on a game that's not out yet. I'm saying give it a chance.
I'm always picky about size. It just size matters
size
for me.
Doesn't always matter, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, when you beat a game like 5 minutes, you know what I mean? Like even like Cave Story. I remember buying Cave Story on PC for like $1, and it was like $1 or $2, and it was worth it because the game maybe takes about an hour to beat if you're doing a first run, if that. You can probably beat it in 5 minutes after that, like if you want to. But I mean, it was worth it. But then when you see it on like the 3DS for like $10, it's like, I don't think that's worth $10. I don't know about that one. Maybe if the price goes down, I still bought it anyway. But still, but it's just. I don't know. I feel like there's got to be more content than that. I mean, even though, like you said, if the online play was just infinite enough and it was fun enough to just be that long, then okay, granted.
The game looks like a ridiculous amount of fun. It
looks like fun, like hell, but that file size throws me off because it's like, wait, what the hell's actually in this game? What am I buying?
Who knows? Maybe there's more to it. Maybe it's not actually. Maybe that's not just it. Maybe it was that. Maybe that's
an error.
Yeah, maybe it's an error.
Like, let me see. That's actually coming from the Digital Foundry.
I don't know. I don't know. The game looks like fun.
Oh, no, that doesn't come from Digital Foundry. That's actually coming from the Nintendo site that itself. That's for Nintendo.
All right, so maybe I'm wrong. Whatever. But the game looks like fun. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I don't really know.
I'm with you on that one. Now, Mario Kart 8. Now, we talked about this. Now, the game has actually kind of gotten stale, but the game is fun. The game is awesome looking. As far as the game being fun, I mean, it's okay. It's not really. I mean, it's all right, but I do like the new features coming out. The new DLC is coming out like in a couple of weeks, or next week, or the week after, something like that.
Soon. It's coming out soon.
But the 200cc makes this game look so much better that I actually think that it's finally got something that's worth my while for this game. I really am hyped for this. There's new videos of races. Like they have Nintendo has released some videos side by side. This is this track in 150. This is the same track 250, right side, left side, and it looks great. And I cannot wait for this.
Yeah, dope.
I actually cannot wait. Even though they haven't talked about the other tracks yet, they haven't talked about the tracks. I guess they want everybody to be surprised. Yeah. I can't wait for that though. I really want that.
It sounds awesome.
It does. It does. Pokemon Shuffle, your game.
I've been playing Pokemon Shuffle a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it's already past 3 million downloads, so there you go.
Dope.
And Mega Blastoise stage was added, so there you go.
I will be getting the Mega Blastoise tonight, most likely, because there's only a few days left on the event. And the top 20,000 in America get it. And right now, my high score, not to boast, is in the top 3,000, so we're good.
Nice.
Even if like a lot of people pass me in the next couple days, I don't see myself going over 5,000. So I'm pretty locked in.
There you go.
Jope.
We want to go backwards a little bit because Splatoon actually did something that it's very Nintendo according to people, but really it's just kind of like makes sense to me. A lot of people are backing it up. Very few people are like, I don't like this. This is dumb. This is Nintendo being dumb. But Splatoon, the developer had to talk about why there's no voice chat, because now it's confirmed, no voice chat in online, which kind of sucks if you're working like 4v4 and you want to talk to your teammates and you can't because the Wii U pad is like off now during gameplay and you can't use that. And the reason why he said is because this is the developer, and he talked about that he was a fan of shooting games. And he said, but when he would invite his friends to play, and they would get frustrated, he wants to make a game that's different than people that aren't fans of traditional shooters. Okay, fine. But as far as the online vocalization of the thing, he said this is coming from personal experience. When I played online games, I didn't like the negativity I got and people telling me you're crap, go away. So he wanted to focus on the positive aspects of online gaming. So that's it.
I mean, I understand it, but I also communication in a team, in a game it's based on teams, communication is key. If you can't communicate, then you're bad. It's good. But the other way, this is the other team, unless they're on Skype with each other.
That's what I was saying.
Is going to be at the same disadvantage as you.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I mean, that's how people play anyway. Whether you're playing PC, whether you're playing Xbox, PS3, even if you're not using the actual chat that's in game, people have a computer. You have
Some
Skype.
People. But if I just want to go into a random online game and the other team is their friends using Skype and I'm just a pub playing with some random people, we have no communication.
I see
they
what
have
you're saying.
Communication. That's not fair.
I see what you're saying.
But at the same time, I don't want to be yelled at by a 7-year-old like, you suck! Like, that's I don't want to hear that.
That's basically Xbox 360.
I feel like it's gonna be like if Splatoon had in-game voice chat, you'd have a lot of like angry little kids.
Yeah, especially that's basically Nintendo's crowd. I mean, but attempted crowd. Even though I think a lot of 20-year-olds own a Wii U.
Yeah, I just for some reason human beings are incredibly like rude.
Yes, they are.
We are rude,
especially when they're behind a microphone and
we
a
are
gamepad.
rude, angry creatures. We, for some reason, cannot control our tempers. Whatever. Oh, what the fuck? Yes, I'm guilty. I'm guilty of this. I know this. You don't need to. You don't need to point to me.
I didn't point to nothing. I just.
You gave me a look.
I looked at you. Oh, that was great.
It's true though.
All I gotta look is behind you now. Steve, you're my dude. No, I got love for you.
I know.
All right, moving on to Xenoblade. News about it. There's gonna be download DLC quests. Paid ones, not for free. Paid ones. So I mean, they haven't talked about it yet, but they're coming out for Xenoblade. So whatever. Now
that's like Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem has paid DLC, but like for side missions, and they're actually really fun. They're repeatable. So hopefully these quests are repeatable.
Yeah,
that'll make it worth it. If it's a one-time quest and you pay for it,
that's
maybe like 10 cents.
Yeah. Going on to Yokai Watch. We talked about this a minor bit. Like I've heard this game is very big in Japan, almost as big as Pokemon, if not bigger. It sold like thousands and thousands of copies, where even Nintendo had to mention it in their directs, even though nobody had no idea what the hell. Not even in their directs, but I think in just financial meetings that they've mentioned it. Now this game's finally coming to the US.
Dope.
Now
it looks like fun.
Yeah, I don't know really what the game's about. There's like many websites that I've kind of skimmed through, like of what the game is. I kind of understand it, but I kind of don't. So I don't want to look like an asshole just trying to say it right now and just like I don't know what it really is. But I mean, it looks interesting. I just hope it kind of picks up and how successful apparently it'll be.
Hopefully,
especially how Nintendo expects it, because if it's big in Japan, it might work in the US and in Europe, but you can never tell with that either.
Yeah, you're going in blind.
Yeah, because it's also too, it's just the name too. Is the name gonna be the same? Is it gonna be something else? You know, that type of thing. Like,
that's true.
Because the thing is, would Pokemon be as successful if it was called Pocket Monsters in the US? You see, like it was different because Japan had Pocket Monsters. They couldn't call the Pocket Monsters in the US because there was rights that a major company had because there was a movie called Pocket Monsters and they had the rights to that name. It's weird, but and then they decided that whoever the hell was that genius.
It's funny because the original before it was Pocket Monsters in Japan, it was actually called Capsule Monsters.
Oh, well, that would make sense. Yeah, that would make sense, but it's worse.
I mean, Pokemon, they're incredibly fortunate that they chose that name Pokemon. Let's put it that way.
And to a point where Japan doesn't even call it Pocket Monsters anymore. They're Pokemon. Yeah. It's all around Pokemon now. I don't even know when that change happened. Like, all of a sudden, it's like Japan's Pokemon. Like, oh, I thought they were still Pocket Monsters.
Pokemon was such a huge hit here that they were like, let's adopt that name. That's cool. I like that one.
It's an international name at this point. Might as well just call it Pokemon here.
Yeah.
Talking about international stuff, the Streetpass. They're going to be celebrating the new games. With an International Street Pass week from the 16th to the 27th of this month. So next week after Tax Day, basically. But yeah, what that basically means is you could pass by your Nintendo Zone, which is probably your local McDonald's. Basically, like McDonald's. Here. And you can basically Street Pass with people all around the world. You get people from Europe, you get people from basically every country in the world. And it's really fun. I like it. I like
going every day.
You go every day. Your me's traveling the world.
My me will be out there.
Yes.
I've always wanted to visit Paris.
Now,
just kidding. I don't want to go to France.
Why not? It's fun, I guess, kind of. Now, finally, something odd happened with Nintendo and Earthbound. Because all the Club Nintendo stuff is out. We talked about it last week, and I hit the microphone as I was saying it. Everything we talked about is out. I'm upset by certain things because I spent coins in a game I could have got for free. Whatever. But now I've got to make a life choice of what platinum game I want. But apparently so many people wanted Earthbound. I didn't know it was in high demand. People wouldn't want to spend their money on it, but they would get it for free. To a point where Earthbound was sold out on Club Nintendo. Which is,
how can you sell out of a digital game?
That's been everybody's reaction. How has that happened? Even though it's happened before, it's happened on Steam, it's happened on other things, And what it happens is because, you can only generate so many codes for somebody to download.
I'm pretty sure, all right, I haven't downloaded anything yet. How long are the codes? Is it like a 10-digit code?
Probably like 12 or 16 characters, I would say.
There is no way that they ran out of digital codes if it's a 12-character code. Because there's not that many people that have a Wii U.
Unless they had a limited thought of, nobody wants this game. Nintendo being Nintendo.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Amiibo.
Well, no. If it's a 12-digit code and you have maybe there's 30 games out there right now. Yeah.
I think there's more than 30. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many games are out there, but
no, I mean out of the I'm trying to think of the special codes for the giveaways, for the free games.
Yeah.
You have a certain amount of codes for a certain amount of games. So I'm like, well, why don't you just have 500 bajillion Earthbound codes? But no, you have to share these codes between all the games.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe Nintendo didn't have the right amount.
Yeah.
So make more codes. How hard is that?
Oh, they did, and they got back into stock.
All right, I was about to say,
yeah.
That's stupid. How do you run out of digital inventory?
You know what? I don't know. I always thought digital was it could never sell out. How could digital ever sell out? You could always sell out of physical games, of course, and people would just go digital. But when you sell out of digital codes, it's what happened
stupid.
there? Yeah, what happened there?
It's so stupid.
Yeah, well, we'll go into Sony because we got one thing and then a few things on Microsoft. Well, remember we talked about the Vita settlement if you bought your Vita day one, you were obviously promised something that wasn't true, which was playing every single PlayStation 3 game, including games that would never ever play on Vita.
Yeah.
So it was false advertising. Sony had to settle. Now we talked about the actual money that was going to be we talked about it on the podcast before. We were probably people are going to end up getting $5 or something, some sort of free something. If you actually bought your Vita before June 1st, you will receive a $25 check from PlayStation. That's actually really good. Oh, $25 check or PSN credit.
All right, so instead of 5, you get 25. Ooh.
Yeah, but that's not bad though. Think about that.
It's not great either.
Yeah.
You drop $200 to pick up a Vita because you think you're playing every game ever, and you're not. $25. That's a smack in the face to me.
But then
I want $100.
It's better. When you have a lawsuit like that, people normally get maybe $2 or $3 out of it. So really, it's just kind of whatever. But this one's actually $25. That's the most I've heard out of a company giving people money back for something.
A large settlement thing.
Yeah, out of for a while actually. I could be wrong, but I haven't heard anything else besides maybe a couple of dollars.
Yeah, but I still think I don't know. You drop $200 on the system, they're giving you 25 back. Whatever.
Yeah. Microsoft stuff. Now, we talked about how Xbox, and you can basically connect your cable box through Xbox, and you could not DVR, but you could watch while you're playing games and whatnot.
Yeah.
Xbox is now actually supporting over-the-air TV tuners like Hallpage, a specific Hallpage actually, which, if you ever had a Windows Media Center or just your own media center, the former Xbox Media Center or other things like that, you can connect via USB, something that you can connect your cable to. Boom, you get TV, even over the air and whatnot. Xbox is supporting that now.
Awesome.
So you can get your basic TV channels over the air through your Xbox, which is cool, I guess.
That's dope.
Killer Instinct has their new reveal of Cinder. He's finally out. He looks kind of different than what I remember him, but he's actually still pretty cool. Just a dude on fire, so whatever.
Oh, yeah. How many dudes on fire in video games do we have? So
yeah, so
a lot.
Yeah,
this is a lot.
Yeah, really?
Oh yeah, you got the Human Torch. He's in video games. He's a movie character. He's a comic book movie character.
Man.
But Brand in League of Legends, just a dude on fire. Blaze in Mortal Kombat is just a dude on fire.
Blaze, that's someone I haven't thought about in years. You're right. But Cinder was first, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying he's a dude on fire. How many dudes on fire do we have? Lots of dudes on fire.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's many more that I'm just not thinking of because they're in obscure games I've never heard of.
Yeah. Now, Conker. This Conker game that's coming out.
Big reunion, man.
Yeah, the trailer's out. It was very underwhelming to me as I saw it. I don't think, have you got a chance to see it?
I have not.
The trailer's actually kind of underwhelming. It kind of shows the graphics, has a little bit of story. It looks kind of interesting. The graphics are nice, but that's really about it. But then again, too, when you really think back on Conker's path especially for the N64, you didn't know what to expect. Because that was just a game you just kind of, okay, there's a cute character and bad stuff happens. There's some cursing in the game, whatever. But then when you play it, it's a whole different experience. It's a whole different world. Parodies of movie, a giant poo, which is one of my favorites in the whole game.
I still think he's like the most disgusting character ever.
I freaking love the giant poo.
Unpopular opinion. I don't like the Great Mighty Poo.
The Great Mighty Poo. But the game was just unexpectedly fun. It was great. But that's why I'm hoping that this game is. But now the problem is, okay, it's coming out on April 23rd. It's part of Project Spark. So yes, that game's still coming out too. Or that free thing, the game creation suite. The game will cost $4.99. There's an extra creation pack with 350 creation assets for $9.99, which I think is pretty interesting. You make your own Conker game, it sounds like. But now, this game seems to be like an episodic thing. So this is basically like episode 1. And it might take you an hour to beat.
Yeah.
Which it's for $5 for an hour. That's not really bad actually, unless you really want to explore some more. I think it'd be worth it if you actually like making games and you actually can make your own like Conker game with all the things and tools and whatnot. It's kind of interesting. I don't know what to expect, but it seems interesting. I just want to wait and see everybody's reviews and see what they have to say.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Yeah. I was distracted.
Yeah, sorry. But now, as far as Conker and Project Spark and all of that, what are you thinking of that?
Sounds dope. I like Conker. I wish Conker was more popular. Conker for Smash Brothers.
Oh my god, if Conker would come to Smash Bros, dude, that'd be awesome.
I just wish that Conker didn't have one game, because basically Conker and Conker's Bad Fur Day was just the same game.
Yeah, it really was. The 360 version versus that. I mean, it was the same game, just remade.
Yeah, so I wish Conker got more love.
I just hope that it translates well, because it seems like a type of story, or it's a type of thing that could just be infinite. You can make any type of story with Conker. It's just you have to hope it's in the hands of good writers and good developers to make a good game that will translate very well, especially with who the characters are and what they are and what they do. Hopefully this episodic thing will work. I just don't know.
Yeah.
It just seems kind of to me. All right, so this is it, the lightning round. We're getting down. Oh, we got our first video lightning round. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. We haven't done a lightning round in a long time.
Yeah.
League of Legends player took exactly 3,439,140 mouse clicks to get diamonds.
Let's just say it was 3.5 million clicks. Because it's like, to say that whole number, that's crazy. I mean, I don't know. That's a lot of mouse clicks. I'm trying to think of how many you would click in a normal game. I would say probably about...
To get diamond. In the last 3 years, that's how he did.
It took him 3 years to get diamond?
Yeah.
Well, he's bad. But, hey, whatever. My friend gets diamond every season in the first month of the season, not even sometimes.
You know, not everybody can be that good, Steve.
I don't play. I love League. I hate playing the game.
Yeah, you tell me about that.
Because it's so toxic and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I don't like logging into games and being told I suck. I'm like, all right, well... Sorry, I died one time. Sorry, I'm a support player and I went 0, 1, and 40, but my one death caused you to rage at me. My bad. Like, I'm so done with people in this game. You're all assholes. You're all fucking assholes.
So the Steve ranting section of our show.
Yeah, no joke. But it's all right. Congratulations to this guy for getting diamond. It's unfortunate you had to count your clicks to get there. I would never... Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
You wasted your time. I mean, sure.
YouTube. Let's talk about YouTube that we're on. There's a guy, you may know his name, Angry Joe.
Angry Joe.
He's popular for game reviews and game let's plays and whatnot. He wanted to put out there Mario Party 10. Mario Party 10, I don't know if it's with the Nintendo thing, you know what the hell is it called? The partnership.
Oh, no, yeah. Although this Nintendo partnership that's incredibly strict and annoying.
Yeah. So basically, he put like Mario Party 10 videos up there, and apparently Nintendo shut it down. Said there was copyright material. So I'm assuming maybe it is part of that program and whatnot. To a point where this dude, he just basically went in a video and just said, "No, this is just dumb. Like, it should be able to do it." He said he's going to no longer review anything Nintendo, and he's no longer playing anything Nintendo. He's saying, "I'm giving you guys free advertising. I'm basically helping you promote your stuff, and if you don't want me to do that, then fine, whatever, man.
You're lost, because Angry Joe has over 2 million subscribers. gets millions and millions of views on his videos. Like, it's just Nintendo, you're screwing up the game.
Nintendo has been doing it, and I don't, like I said, like I don't think these companies get that like all these YouTube like players are helping them advertise their games, whether it be old or new. They're helping them advertise, and a lot of companies just refuse to see that.
It's stupid.
Either that, or they just are upset that people are making money off of their games. And yeah, but I mean,
I can understand that perspective, but at the same time, they're giving you free advertising. They're reaching more viewers than your commercials.
Either that, or they're showing other people not to buy your game because your game sucks.
Well, right. If it's a negative review, go ahead and take it down. But I don't see why if someone's going out there like, "Oh, this game is amazing, it's great," take that video down.
They want money, man.
It's stupid.
And then finally, the Entertainment Software Association wants to stop the preservations of old games. Why? Well, according to the Digital Millennium Copyright Act's anti-circumvention provision, yes, that's
a mouthful.
Yeah, the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, basically, that thing. It prevents users, including communities, museums, archives, researchers, to legally modify games to keep them playable after publishers have shut down their service. Now, this is the big thing because a lot of museums, I believe in Oakland, wanted to preserve old games and keep their servers alive, especially the original like MOBA, I believe, or the original first-person shooter. They wanted to keep all that alive so that people can play it. And there's people who want to still play the game. The problem is they don't want this to happen. I mean, even so, this RGN article that I'm reading talked about even the Internet Archive that has like 2,400 MS-DOS games that people would probably never play again. And is still growing with like games that like are different versions of games like Metal Gear. You can play the NES version, but why not play it for MS-DOS? Bust-A-Move, and also like 900 arcade games that are coin-op that nobody probably ever plays unless they're going to play it illegally on MAME. And that's the other thing too. They're going to play it illegally or just put it out there for free for people to actually play and want to see what these old games are like.
I feel like if you want to play a game and the company doesn't care enough about that game to, I guess, want to keep it going, why can't I mod it to play it?
Yeah.
If this is a game that I love playing and you're going to shut it down on me, why can't I mod it so I can keep playing it? That's at the same time, it's just like you have to see from the other perspective as well. Maybe they don't want people playing the game anymore. Maybe it's like, all right, move on to a new game. But I want to play the old one.
Now, the Electronics Frontier Foundation is asking the Copyright Office to give academics, museums, and whatnot the exemption from that section of the rule, but that wants to be stopped. Because what their message they're saying is that that it's hacking, and hacking, which is like loosely associated with piracy, it's not lawful. It's not good, and it undermines the fundamental copyright principles of which our copyright laws are based. I mean, but then again, too, look at modding for games and whatnot. Is that still legal? I mean, Nintendo doesn't make a fuss about their stuff, but they keep a hush about Project M. But then when you look at like games that are being modded all the time, like Half-Life and basically every PC game that's out there, nobody's fighting that. But I don't think it is legal anyway. But they all keep it hushed. I mean, crap for like they make the game sellable.
They also, a lot of these companies realize that by modding the game, it's the player putting in what they want to see in the game. So it's keeping interest in the game. It's keeping people playing the game.
Or modding it to a whole new game. Look at the Stanley Parable. Stanley Parable was a mod of Half-Life 2, and now it's a game that's on sale on Steam.
Yeah.
Like, and think about that. And the thing is, it's helping. Like, no matter what, I feel like modding is a good thing for everybody, and especially for preserving old games, because at some point, not everybody's going to save all these old games. I still have my old NES games and Game Boy games, but after a while, I mean, what if I lose them? What if I just decide to get rid of them? What if I want to play those old games again? Then am I going to rely on the virtual console, or am I going to rely on some other source that may or may not be legal?
It's funny, this was supposed to be a lightning round, and we turned into a total discussion.
Yeah,
but whatever, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's our podcast.
We're actually having a really good discussion about this, though. It's just, you're right, though. If you still have your hard copies of games, I still have my hard copies of games, but I'm not always going to. You know, what happens, there are very... as I don't know if you've ever played Pokemon Red and Blue.
Yeah, of course I have.
Of course you have. Of course, you probably have too. But those cartridges don't really work that well after all these years. It's been like 20 years. My Red and Blue, I actually put in my Red and Blue a few years ago, and it was like the file was blank, and I was like, well, I know that I had a file on here.
Well, that's also the battery.
Right, the game battery died, so I can't save my game. I can't turn the game off.
Unless you replace the battery, but then that's a whole process of opening the cartridge.
But it's just... these games, they just don't work. After a while, your hard copies will stop working. I don't care what you could.
Especially DVD discs. DVD discs and CD discs have a lifespan. Like once that life is over, like you don't have a game anymore.
There's a reason why your console says cannot read disc anymore. It's because you went around so many times that it wore out.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, look at even the old Famicom. Famicom was like diskette based, like the old diskette floppy disk base. Their magnetism in the game and those things to make it read are just not readable even anymore. A lot of them can't even play like old games. You have to have a cartridge of it, which is actually lasts a lot longer, or you just buy a digital copy of it somewhere, or just play it illegally. We're promoting that. But it comes to a point where it's just like, okay, I just got to play an emulation of it because I have no other way of playing it. I just want to play it. I want to remember it. I want to beat it, and that's it.
I feel like if a company no longer cares about the game and they shut it down, why can't you illegally pirate it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you on that.
I mean, I get it's illegal, but I want to play a game that you're not offering to me anymore. Why can't I go out and get it my own way?
It's either that or maybe there's a public domain thing for games. I don't know if that's even a law because I know they do it for books and for movies. Once they're public domain and cartoons, like they're public domain, like it's free for anybody, and it's just basically anybody can even put in a bootleg DVD. That's why you see like old Popeye and Looney Tune or like old cartoons on like a set of like the best 100 cartoons and like a 99-cent store. You see those things.
Yeah.
But I wonder if that's the same thing for games. If that public domain can happen, and even if that's the case, that could actually help out too. I don't know if in that same realm. If they are, then we got to wait like 70 years.
Yeah.
So that's the other problem.
I don't know. We'll see. Let us know what you think.
Yes, like, subscribe,
comment, everything.
Yeah, this is the end of our show. I think we were advertising our college back here. Oh well, whatever. I just realized that on the background.
Whatever.
We should have had the monitor off. Oh, whatever. Now I probably had people notice. Now they're gonna watch the whole video, like, oh, what's going on here? Learn about your finances. All right.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'm at Terrick _TEH_Rick on Twitter,
and I'm at Steve B Agilism. That's AGILISM. I'm sure it'll be written down here because I know Ricky does some stuff. And also go watch our other video we talked about for this week about Smash Brothers and Amiibos and other cool things.
Yep.
And let us know what character you want to vote for on that video as well.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so our what is it? Our actual podcast Twitter. It's down here somewhere. It's right by the Amiibo maybe. I don't know where the hell I'm gonna put it. But at 2 Broke Gamers Pod, at the number 2 Broke Gamers Pod. We also have a WordPress that's been dying lately, but we're bringing it back to life at some point. That's 2BrokeGamersPodcast.wordpress.com. That's it for the show this week. Let's see y'all next week. Peace.
Cheers.
And also get your taxes done.
Cheers.